stand like yours. I can sit it on the desk, but
Yeah, because yours is a thingy.
Elgato.
Thingamadoogie. Oh, we got the bloody music bot still chilling too.
Oh, do it. I
It's,
didn't.
he's still hanging
I
out.
turned it down. Hang on, let me get rid of it.
He's still hanging out. We had
Hey,
a
it's some background.
we had an extra guest providing music, which technically I couldn't hear because it's always muted for me usually.
Oh, but then but they would have seen the bottom.
Yeah, when I seen the bot, I already started with that, and then I realized I'm like, oh no. But yeah, I
Oh
got my
well,
new mic, so
it's
I
how
can.
we do it.
I will show you my new mic. Let it come into frame. My new little my little razor. My little razor
Yeah, that's
mic.
exactly the same base as what the Elgatos have.
Yep.
I mean, not as wide at the bottom though.
Yep.
I don't know why.
But yeah, I got a white one. Um, Pretty
Can
slick
you get
actually.
like and you can get like like an extender piece to make it higher?
Yeah, I figured they might be all the same because it's all that screw in stuff. Like it's all.
Yeah,
Yeah. I imagine it'd be the same.
because that'd
Um,
be easy because you can have it like up towards you even higher.
yep. And then have it extended.
Because literally, meant to have a mic like this far away.
Yeah, it's meant to be a
I'm
certain
like, who the
distance.
fuck talks like this into a mic?
Well, that's it. Like usually, have my arm. The arm's no longer there because that mic is kaput. It's out the window. It's history.
Wouldn't that one go on there though? It'd be sideways though, wouldn't it?
I don't know if there's a way for me to take. Oh yeah, maybe if I screw it in. Yeah, screw the bottom in. Yeah, true. I might
Yeah,
actually
because
work.
because you got the same one as this. Like
Yeah, and they just screw
you've
in.
just got that piece. You just
Yep.
screw that on.
I'll have to have a look at that.
And
Yeah,
because
look
is
at it.
that like an all-round mic? Like it's
Yeah,
is
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
omnidirectional?
Yeah, yes,
You can
omnidirectional.
just have it there, and I
It should
think you
just
can
work fine.
center it still, like from one side.
It's my arm's somewhere in the corner there, so that's the change. So those that are watching haven't realised I have moved my setup slightly closer to than what we've had before, and I think the backdrop looks bloody beautiful. Those that are listening, yeah, it's just shimmied around the set, as I like to say professionally. But anyway,
Shimmy, I wish I could do that, but I got a fucking massive
you got
unit right there
unit there and everything
and a
else.
door behind me.
Mm. Limited when you can't rearrange everything, and certain ways you can replace certain stuff. So that's really what I had to work with. And like, what can I do which still allows me to give me space, but not space for activities, but like I can still just do what I need to do, which is gaming and
Yeah,
playing on my computer. So this makes it a little bit nicer. Keeps the printer
right.
out the way now because the printer's on the other side, and I feel like I could set up a better thing for. The idea is if I get it back into streaming and stuff, I have an idea for having an extra camera where I could have maybe on the back side, so then people can
Yeah,
like I can do stuff like
just
looking over
facing
the
down on
camera,
it.
yeah, and different things, and I can stay away unoperated, not near it, and I can just look at it from here and different setups and stuff. I got ideas of things I want to do if I get back into streaming, so that's possibly
Right.
in the works in the future. But anyway, but before we get any further, we'll get on the intro. What's up, beardies and beardettes? Welcome back to another fine episode of the Beardy Bros Podcast.
Podcast.
Woohoo!
It cut out on my end. I'm like, no, he stopped. But
Uh,
then he kept going.
that's a trap. Yeah, cut out. So yeah, so hopefully this should work a lot better. Last week's episode, basically the whole episode had a distortion issue, and I was aware of that, and that's why I went straight out and I was like, I need to get this new mic, and we've got the new mic, and we shouldn't have problems now. So it should be smooth sailing from now on out. So yeah, because it was on and off for a bit, and I even made mention in that episode last week that I said, "Oh, if I bump the mic, it freaks out." I mentioned the whole
Yeah,
thing,
right.
and it was the whole episode was just like slight staticky, and
Yeah,
I was
because
kind of
didn't you bump it before we
yeah,
started?
and I mentioned it, and yeah, basically
Like,
from that
whoa.
point on, it was just fucking up the whole time. So I just kept like,
you you can
like
still watch it though and listen
still
to it.
watch it,
Like,
still
it's
listen
not.
to it. It's just like slightly there. It's not like bad, where it's like a nuisance, where it's like really loud, which has happened before, where loud static noises
Yeah,
come through like a rustle. But that's just a very faint one, so you can still listen to us and stuff like that. So if you do listen to that episode, just be prepared that there was some issues there. But we're back to clean, so just slowly improve, slowly get there, improve over time.
oh, oh, that crap.
What was it? Well, personally to us, again, we delayed the episode by a day. You guys never know because it's recorded and it's always uploaded on a Monday, unless you're listening, which I can be bad and upload it like at the end of the week. Um, which yeah, that's my bad. I need to literally get onto it after this episode. I need to like render it and basically convert it and just get it uploaded tonight, so it's ready for tomorrow. So
I think that's why you miss Anchor, right? Because it used to just go up
yeah, just
automatically.
do it up automatically. I didn't have to do anything. It was easy. It was done. Like when we used to do it on the phone.
And as soon as
Yeah.
you press stop, it's like upload.
Yeah, you gotta remember yourself to like go through it, and we get distracted. We go play games and stuff, so it's one of those things. But no, fucking, I was having bloody drinks and barbecue with the neighbours.
This brought back the old times though. We can literally play games after the podcast.
That's it, because it's so much earlier. Like we're able to do that. Who knows?
Podcast Sundays now, 3
we,
p.m. podcast.
Hey, it could happen because I got it next week. I
Uh,
got Joji next weekend, and I'm gonna have to do a Sunday podcast anyway. So maybe we might do Sunday potties. Who
with
knows?
maybe a special guest. If
That's it, because he was gonna. Finally, we're gonna have our old Bamski, aka Eddie, on the podcast. Hopefully, if he gets his finger out and gets everything sorted.
But
He's gotta be
also
on-
that's good because we can talk about Modern Warfare next week because I'll have it Tuesday
Yes.
if I play it. If not, I'll let you know.
Yeah, so if you get your little fingers on into it, give it a little dabble, see how you go. It would be pretty good. Because
Yeah.
I've been playing it. I've enjoyed it. I don't know what mission. I haven't kept track of the missions because like everyone's been saying it's short. I need to like get a substantial amount of distance into the campaign before I can go. Okay, I've been
But, like,
playing that amount of time, and now I'm like
It depends on
7 episodes in.
your
Like
difficulty level,
that.
your skill level. Like anything can happen.
Yeah, because like I've done
Really?
missions on repeat where I fucked up because it's got,
Yeah.
and there is like the game does have those weird checkpoints, so they technically haven't improved the checkpoints. So you could like be trying to sneak through, trigger the thing, and then that goes, oh, that's the checkpoint now. So every time you die, you reload
Yep.
in the middle of the fucking assault, and you're like, alert, danger.
I think I had that in Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, and it's
Remember that hill snipe mission where
Yep.
Frost on top of the hill and you gotta like sneak into all them houses and I got spawn stuck on one of them. I'm like, no.
And the alarm is constantly going off. So you just go fuck it and just restart mission because it's bugged out. Yeah.
Because there was a specific trophy tied to something there. Like,
It's one of those things, yeah.
I think it was don't trigger an alarm, like at all, or something stupid like that. I'm like,
Yeah, it was. The funny thing was, it says don't trigger the alarm, right? And what my game was like I triggered the alarm, it died, right? And then reload the checkpoint where I don't know, I guess I don't know if it's playthrough or if it's like how it worked, but like the alarm was semi-triggered again. But then I took it out and like took out the guys and then it kind of like, oh no, but it popped for me anyway. It's like I completed it without setting off, but I did. I set off the alarm. I'm like, I'm confused because the checkpoint continued on from where
maybe
the alarm...
because it carried over that it didn't register that it went off.
Yeah, it was weird. So
So when you checkpointed or respawned or whatever, it's like it just continued on like normal.
yeah, but it was still going off, and I had to take out all the guards, and it was weird. It like bugged on itself, and yeah. But
Because it's fine up until that last fucking building, and then it's
Yeah.
just like
yeah,
there's like 20 people in that fucking building,
it was so stupid. I know it was,
and you just like sneak around the top, pop.
but that's the thing. Like we saw Modern Warfare. Like I was gonna say, we did see Modern Warfare 2 introduce a new style of play, which we saw the survival missions, which they, from what I've seen so far with what I've played with Modern Warfare 3, they have scrapped. So they brought in a new mechanic, and then they've scrapped it out.
Survival missions.
Remember how you did like in the campaign there was that alone, and you like that the whole survival.
Oh
Like, with the
yeah,
salvage
I'm
and-
happy they're fucking gone.
Like that's not anywhere to be seen, which I thought they might have done more of that, but I guess they tried it. It didn't work. They scrapped it, and then the new one has like those semi-open world
I mean,
portions. And,
It works to a point, but COD isn't a survival game.
No, unless they're going in from the start of it with that mechanic, then that would work if it's from the get go. But they need to state
Because
that,
in
but
Modern
then-
Warfare 2, they just chucked you in there. It's like all of a
Yeah.
sudden, just bang,
just random mission. It didn't make sense.
and at the end of the game, bang is like this again,
Yeah, it was weird.
but at a harder point because those guards spot you, you're dead,
And that's it.
like straight up. Or at least on
that's-
veteran, I was like, this is stressful.
And that's the thing now. Now they have like you still have your normal linear missions, but like Modern Warfare, that Call of Duty has in the new one. But they mix between them and then having the open world kind of semi-open world missions where you're in a because you have the map and you got like the fog of war that you got to kind of like sneak around and reveal as you play. And like it's not a
Yeah.
bad thing, but it feels like you're playing co-op. Those co-op story missions things like you're playing that. but
Yeah,
in
the
campaign.
Spec Ops.
Yeah, Spec Ops. It feels like you're playing Spec Ops but they've just gone, let's use spec op missions as filler missions almost, but like it's gives you a free play way of playing. So you can, each time you're playing, you can either go in stealthily, you can go in loud, because literally open fire, like you can choose how you want to play, which is cool. But I'm guessing they're trying a new mechanic. They want to try something new and see if it entices people or not. But we already, like, from everyone's feedback,
I'm
no one likes
hoping
it, so
then they're not going to stick with it.
they'll go back to the old way of doing it. So
But
it's not bad, but
like it
it's
is
different.
understandable why the game turned out the way it did, though, because it was revealed from a developer. They had half the time to work on this to do a
crunch
normal
time.
COD game.
And that's why it seemed so quickly that it came around. Like, it turned around, it was like not even a year. Or it was a year, like, from the first game, like, from 2. That it was like, boom, here's the second one already. Like, the third one, should I say. Like, the sequel is what I'm trying
When
to
it
say.
should have been 2025.
Or 2024, like, you know what I mean? Like,
5, because every 3 years.
yeah. But even then, like, if the,
2019 was Modern Warfare, 2022 was Modern Warfare 2,
yeah.
and 2025 would have been
That's what I mean.
3,
Like, even then, if they were to be like, oh, if we're going to rush it, end of 2024 even. You know what I mean? Like, but they literally did it. It's literally not even the end of 2023. It's like, boom, a year later, here you go. Like, what?
But also, Infinity Ward didn't even do the campaign on this one. Like,
It was mix, yeah.
freaking Sledgehammer. Which they're another good team, but Infinity Ward are the.
I feel like, yeah, they looks like they were literally given, like, here, make something for us, make us a game, and they used the assets what they could get because they weren't given full creativity. I feel like they had to sit on a confined script.
I mean, they did the actual campaign, like the cutscenes and all that, are not like reused, because you got Makarov and Graves and all that, all with new. Yeah, but like,
because you've got,
it should have had a 3-year cycle for Modern Warfare 3. Like,
well, you've got
Treyarch had all this time for the next one next year.
Yeah,
but they're probably Cold War 2 or whatever.
And that's it. We're gonna have this one coming out from Treyarch next year, so that means literally year, like game. Like, there's no.
After they said they're gonna take a break.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Why couldn't they had, like, why couldn't we had it come out next year and then had the next one come out? Like, break it up every in between year freeze. Like, they really.
But also they put Treyarch's zombie outbreak mode in Modern Warfare 3 because it was finished.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if that wasn't finished, that would have been a very bare bones game.
And it's in a new map too. It's Uzbekistan, which is very similar. It looks very similar to Modern Warfare 1's, slightly similar to that map. Which was the different. It's Verdansk.
What's the name of that again?
Was the first one was Verdansk, I think it was, or was the no? It's similar to. It's a mixture between Verdansk and the Blackout map, being Treyarch. Being, you know what I mean, because it is Treyarch that did Blackout.
I still remember the Blackout map
It's very similar
layout, so
between both
I'll
of
be able
those.
to see.
Yeah, you look at it, it's very kind of weird.
Because
like,
the bottom left had the
collab.
construction, you had a mansion up top, you had the windmill down the bottom.
Kind of like that, yeah.
You had a big river running between it all.
Yep.
You had a farmhouse above the construction, like.
It's kind of like that. Basically, it's kind of like that.
It's kind of
similar but different. Like, it's similar, very similar later. So it literally, you can see that it was Treyarch's touch because how they've done it. Like, I feel like.
Yeah, but I hope they did use that, because that was a good fucking map. Yeah,
so it was Uzbekistan. The campaign.
Why isn't that a Warzone map?
It feels like a Warzone map. Literally, the WMZ that they've used for the map looks like a Warzone map. But it's
it's a Blackout map. Like, put it in the Warzone. So that's another option.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's going to happen in the new season reboot.
Next year, maybe.
Because because we're getting season 1, Warzone season 1, or Battle Pass season 1, after this one finishes, and I'm wondering if they're going to put that map into Warzone because they keep adding maps. But
put it on road. Can they make it me can pick a map per game?
Yeah, actually choose, not just rotation. I mean, they do rotate sometimes for like 10 minutes.
Like, rotation's good, but when you don't like a map, then you play it, then you have to wait for the next one. That's it. Which, if you're having a bad game, you'd be waiting through like 3 games of that shitty map. Like, let us vote.
And that's what I'm hoping they do with the zombies mode as well. If they could change the map, would be dope. If it's not just the one map, I would appreciate. You know what I mean? So you don't just have to do the one map all the time. Like, everything we've seen, like the physics for different things, was featured in the haunting, that haunting event. There's
I don't even played that, so
So
fuck.
there's entities that fly around in this zombies map where you got to take out the entities and they drop like loot and stuff. How they yeah, so how the mechanically how they work exactly how the UFO did in the haunting event. It hovers around and it flies and zips out and does all these things. Like it did the exact same way. And you shoot it and it's freezing. It was literally the same mechanic. So it's kind of funny that they utilize those mechanics, put them into the haunting, get people familiarized with how the game's going to work, and then take it back and then put, so they kind of like teased it with that event to kind of get people, prepared.
Right.
So
just to ease them into, so mechanically they know what to.
Yeah. So we'll definitely next week if you get, we will talk more about.
As you mentioned before, in Alone, mechanically it didn't fit.
Yeah, like it didn't even have like it felt good, like had those spooky moments, which would make sense for zombies, but it didn't feel right for.
It wasn't spooky per se for
like
the Alone of that. It was more just frustrating when you had to restart when you got caught, shot, killed, like.
But like when you remember like I said, there's like the knocking on the door and this suspense.
Oh, that rattle on the fucking
like
door.
That would be cool, like in the zombies version, like if that was like in zombie gameplay, that would be kind of cool. Making it feel that because
imagine you get a campaign of zombies.
Like I guess you had like I'll say it, like you had to stock up on the med kits, heal yourself. Like it was very survivalist, which didn't make sense for a COD game, but zombies COD, that would be kind of cool if it was like a survival zombie COD game, campaign.
So, would be survival then? Being a campaign, it'd be more like set pieces and that, but like you're fighting zombies instead of
people,
guys with guns, like.
And you got to sneak around and try and survive because reserve your ammo, so you get pistol and something like that. And you got to like reserve your ammo and fucking.
Nah, that's not COD. That's not COD though.
No, it would be very different.
Don't ever do that, Activision. Keep zombies separate. Like.
But you definitely see the parallels.
Like I just want the big campaign back, like we had with Modern Warfare 1, 2, and the 20 years of previous CODs. Like
big campaigns.
The big flashy, like the big set pieces.
There are some of those.
That's what COD's known for. Like,
I mean, there are kind of those moments in the game.
Yeah, but they're not as big, or they just.
A lot of the gameplay is close quarters. Close quarters.
Close.
Yeah. Like I said, and then it's being taken place. A lot of it takes place on Verdansk's map, which is Modern Warfare 1 and then Modern Warfare 2 stuff. There's like a lot of elements from all the different games.
It's because the game was so quickly done, they couldn't make their own.
And it was defined to like this.
Which I feel sorry for the devs, man. Apparently they got crunched day and night to get that out, like the whole game.
Yeah, and that would have been just after they finished.
Hey, it's Microsoft's problem now.
That's it. Apparently, I don't even know, because I think, you got it on PlayStation, haven't you?
Getting it, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the same. What is that in your mouth, kid? Get them out of your mouth. Oh, the lollipops. Okay.
Yeah.
What is that in your mouth?
A lollipop then?
It's got plastic bone legs. I was like, what are you... I thought it was a toy he was chomping on, but it's a lollipop. He just walks in going...
Bone legs?
Plastic bone legs sticking out of his mouth, but they're the stick of the lollipop. The bone legs of the stick. And I was like, what are you chewing on a toy for? And I was like, oh, it's a lollipop.
Is it like a Halloween lollipop,
yeah,
is it?
Must be. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. You can eat that. Because you just walked in. Yeah, no, because on the back of... that's why I was like, I sent you that photo. That's why I'm kind of curious if it's on the PlayStation's version. But it's that the best-selling game on Xbox.
Oh yeah, it is.
I think it's on PlayStation's as well. It's so
the exact same placement and the exact same everything.
That feel like that was an Xbox thing. Personally, I feel like that was a Microsoft.
That's on every COD. I'm pretty sure.
No, it hasn't been on a COD case before.
Hasn't it?
No, and it was like specifically after.
I swear I've seen that though.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's like as of April 2023, it's the best-selling game on Xbox. Best-selling franchise.
Bit their own horn a bit.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a bit much to advertise. Like, that's a bit... I don't know.
If it wasn't on the other ones, then what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a bit weird to be put.
Because I swear I've seen it once or twice before.
So, like, it's kind of funny though. It's like but what makes me laugh is it's the best-selling franchise on Xbox, but more copies of COD have sold on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that say about Xbox?
That it still sells more than their own games.
Yeah. Like, it's like, if it's the best-selling franchise, so what? Halo couldn't even sell it good.
Yeah, it's the best-selling franchise
Gears.
on Xbox, and
Like,
it's
Gears
a
couldn't
third
even...
party.
Yeah, Gears couldn't even sell that good. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like that's what they're basically getting it, because it's the best-selling franchise.
Yeah.
Like... And that makes sense of why Gears isn't, you know, as of April 2023.
And it's best on PlayStation because, like, the majority of PlayStation owners play that.
Yeah. Because when was the last Gears game? Because it makes sense. I mean, if Gears was
Gears
out
5,
now...
man.
Gears
2019?
2019. So that's what I mean. Like, as of April 2023.
Gears 18 or 19? Gears 8.
Gears 18.
Gears 5. Gears 5 was, 2019.
Yeah, so it's been a while. And then,
yeah, well, 6 is meant to be probably coming out next year after.
Soon, yeah.
They haven't even revealed it was even a thing yet. Like, and yet we got GTA 6 getting revealed next month. Start of it. So.
Oh god! Did that freeze? I don't know.
We're getting GTA 6 news before Gears 5.
December. December we get the trailer apparently.
I'm keen. It's a Bonnie and Clyde thing, like, bruh.
So we're still having that two-player, like we had, like in 5 we had 3. 3 I think was too much. I felt 2 would be appropriate, and they've gone and done that. And
it should have just been Trevor and Michael. I think. Like Franklin's so much the opposite.
Yeah, I feel like they just.
And he's no offense to the character or anything, but his missions are boring.
Yeah. Just
card boosting, like he gets in a fucking pickup and just picks up cars for a mission. Like, fuck me, man.
Yep. One of the missions which we don't have was there was a lot of drug dealing missions, and
we do have that.
The weed missions. We didn't I think they ended up getting it in the next, like, the later version, not the original release. We didn't end up having it in Australia.
What?
Yeah, there's some drug missions because there's incentive.
Oh.
And that's why, because, you know, our...
Yeah, but that wouldn't be Franklin missions, though, would it? No.
Yeah, they were.
Or Trevor.
Missions.
But he doesn't do the weed.
Yeah, he did, like, it was the peyote missions as well. The Franklin did the peyote missions, and...
Fuck.
Yeah, they wasn't till, like, the later versions, I think, for PC that we managed to get it. But the original, like, 360 version, they were taken out.
Oh, so I'd have it with the PS5 one then, and stuff like that.
I think it's in the PS5 version because they reclassification nonsense. Yeah. It's crazy. You took the peyote.
GTA came out 2013. Like, that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, there's missions where you take the peyote and you turn into a bird and stuff.
Turn into a bird?
You took the peyote and you flew around as a bird, and you did stuff.
Maybe that's why I never knew that, because I never played the PS4 version. And then
really. And you turned into like a coyote, I think, at one point, and a warthog, and you run around the town as like a warthog terrorizing people and stuff. Yeah.
That's fucking good.
You went to the thing, saw a dude, and he gave you drugs, and you took the drugs, and yeah, you went on a crazy peyote. Yeah, there's all kinds of crazy shit, and you saw aliens and stuff. And
I fought aliens as Michael. With my he took some weed or something, and he just started seeing aliens. I'm like, whoa, fucking minigun.
Yeah, they all have those moments through the game, depending on who you play as and who you see.
And I just realised that's that changed my mind thing, where you got the desk and he's just sitting there like,
basically, yeah. It's freaking hilarious.
Here's that fucking banner at the front saying like the weed and shit. Like,
yeah, it's good. No, it's good. Well, like when the games have a bit of fun to it.
Because I haven't played GTA in 10 years. Like, I played it when it first came out. Like,
well, I was thinking of going back to the trilogy and playing finishing off Vice City again, because I've left it for a bit because I did 3 and, you know, I binged that. I'm like, maybe I might go back now and play Vice City.
3 was pretty fucking good, though. Pretty small, which is nice. Like, it's not too big.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. I finished that off nicely, so.
Like, that map is the right size for a GTA. Well, not now, but, like, for back then.
Yeah. And that's it.
Like, you used to remember where things were because there were landmarks, there were...
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't overwhelming. Like, it was back then, but it's not now. Like, you can just zip around everywhere. The map's only a fucking big.
Yeah, it really isn't that large. It's crazy.
So,
but it felt like it when you were a kid, too.
So that's same as Vice City, though. That map's not that big either.
No, it really isn't.
Same as San Andreas.
San Andreas feels pretty big.
Yeah, well, that's in 5 anyway. Like you can go there.
And then they changed it for 5. 4 was big.
4 was pretty fucking big.
4 was huge. They changed that Liberty City so much. Like,
I mean, I think 4's still probably the best map though.
Because you look at 3. Like you look at 3 how they did Liberty City, and then you look at 4 at how they did Liberty City. It's a friggin' big difference.
4 looks more real. Like the buildings, the traffic, everything is more realistic compared to 3, where it's like there's one building here, there's a building a little bit over, like whereas 4 is literally like building, skyscraper.
I always saw it as the perspective of how the cities looked were based upon the character you're playing as. So because he was so doing everything so quickly, and he didn't see much. The world seemed small because Clive was just like doing what he was doing. He wasn't seeing everything.
I still find it weird that with Clive didn't even talk.
Yeah, he was just a mute the whole time.
Clive just.
It was like, wasn't it like the very end? Didn't he do something? No, he didn't. He was quiet. And
No.
Because I remember the end mission at the end. There's like his girlfriend, and he like shot his girlfriend or something. It was like you see like the fade to black,
and he just didn't say a word, just bang, just
yeah, because she was rambling on, and he just shot her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Claude. What the fuck? He just full on just shut up, bitch. Bang.
Yeah, because she rambles on. You rescue her, and she just rambles on and on and on. He's like, oh fuck this shit, and just shoots her.
Yeah, well, Claude's in Vice City somewhere, isn't he? You can see him.
Yeah, something like that.
Or was it San Andreas?
One of the ones. I can't remember which one it was, but I know he's somewhere. They have a reference.
It was like that fucking looks like him, and it is like he's just walking around.
Yeah.
Or something. You just go fucking whack him.
That's crazy.
What if he can do that? Just whack him, he doesn't come back.
Was it? Yeah, it was 4. I think it was.
Or what? Clyde's in 4. Claude. I keep saying Clyde. I don't know why.
Clade, yeah.
Clade, Claude, and Claude.
Clave.
Claude. I gotta get that name out of there. Claude.
Yeah, no, we've had so there's a lot of stuff going on with shows. We've got Loki wrapped up, which we'll talk about in a sec. We've got the new Santa Claus series has started, season 2 of the Santa Clauses. Goosebumps is on its way out on the end. It's on its last few episodes. There's supposed to be some other shows starting too. There's a few Christmas shows dropping. There's one dropping on Prime, which is an Eddie Murphy Christmas movie.
Yeah, Candy Cane Lane.
There's
Candy Cane Lane. Fuck.
Yeah, Candy Cane Lane. There's a lot. Looked like a lot of Christmas stuff coming out this year. So there wasn't much in the way of Halloween stuff this year, but there was a lot coming for Christmas. So that's interesting.
I swear Eddie Murphy's had a drink from the fountain.
Drink from the fountain of youth.
He has not changed in 30 years.
I know. I'm still waiting to see because he's supposed to be doing the new Beverly Hills. I think he's supposed to.
Right. Axel Foley, my boy.
That would be cool to see. But yes, coming back,
He could probably wear his old fucking outfit, like
I probably could. I wouldn't be
because that would be in storage for like in the vault somewhere.
Like remake it anyway, like these designs.
Yeah, but I reckon they would have stored, or he would have fucking probably kept it.
Pretty.
Maybe you just put on Walks the Street every now and again.
Strutting down the street.
I just kind of get when I see Eddie Murphy, he just walked the street, big smile on his face, just hey,
yes, exactly. Like he's just so energetic. I feel like all the time. He's wild.
Right.
But coming back to Loki. So yeah, 14 years. He started when he was 29.
Yeah.
I was watching some interviews and stuff, and I made my post on Twitter where I actually found the first scene we see Tom Hiddleston as Loki.
When he got handcuffs?
No, it's like when you first see him. This is in Thor. He's in Thor, the first Thor movie.
Oh
and
yeah.
He's looking like bro to his brother Thor. And I took the 2 screenshots. So
it's really chasing him, isn't it? Like he's trying to.
No, he's just there when it's Odin stewing in Thor. He's like, son, my heir to the throne. Doing this whole Portman thing at the start, and then it's just going through, and it's just Loki. It just pans to Loki for one shot. That's the first scene we see Loki. I like Tom Hiddleston as Loki, just with a sour face. So I screen capped that, and I went to the last episode, and I grabbed the last time we see his face as Loki, and I put them side by side, and you just see the age and just like the differences in the attitude as well.
Right.
Like it's so good to see. Then I was like, the first scene we see Loki, and the final scene we see Loki.
And then again, he was never a bad guy.
No, he was just always
Really.
he's just a trickster. He was just
He
mischievous.
was just he was
He did some naughty
jealous
things.
more than anything.
Yeah, he did a lot of naughty things, but he wasn't. He like But it's good to see his arc change where he was kind of vindictive and villainish, and trying to do. But he was just doing it because he was jealous,
Yeah.
But like you could see,
Right.
he was doing these things that were not right, and then you could kind of see he was persuaded by Thanos at one point. So that's why he was very manipulated because the power. Manipulated by the power. And then, there was a lot of that going on. And then you could kind of see, like, Loki, the series kind of changes his arc a little bit because
he got betrayed and then killed. Like, fuck. Like, it's a fucking double blow. Like, you'd be pissed.
Yeah, because it's straight up after Endgame, so...
Yeah. Yeah, because he couldn't... Because he wasn't there, like, he...
So we saw him where they get the snap, but, like, remember when we see that time jump where they tried using that crystal? The Tesseract, and they dropped it and he took it? So that's what Loki takes up from there. Is that's when we see from there on was where the series originally started. Was he took that and then he escaped, and then the TVA capture him because he's not meant to be out of the timeline. But the Avengers caused all the changes that happened. So.
Well, Thanos did, and Ultron, and.
So them trying to change time set this course of where we are now, and it was good. It was a really good ending. Like that Loki finish was like. The whole series was good, and that ending was up there. Like, it was up there with that, like, Iron Man moment. Like, it was so good. So, I love
it. Also, he was just sitting there, like...
just that
That's
whole...
all I saw of it.
The whole thing, just that whole performance of, like, how just seeing Loki change.
Is he just stuck there now, like, forever?
He's, he's the all-time.
Yeah.
He's...
That's fucking...
it
makes sense.
He who remains, he's the...
Makes sense, man.
He's the keeper of the universe.
He can't be happy about that, to be fair.
He finally got his throne.
Yeah, but not the one he wanted. He's not the one that he wanted.
But no, technically he is. He is the overseeing Watcher now, basically. Slight spoiler alert. I mean, most people have seen it. But,
you have seen Watcher that we won't ever see again.
Like...
Well... Unless it's through, like...
He's sitting in a
just
spot
old used material, really.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, he is the one that's keeping everything in check now. Like, he is... like, in the most important role in the entire universe. And no one will know, really, except for those, group of friends in the series.
The people there, like...
That he knows.
I don't know Owen Wilson's character name, but that dude and everyone else, like...
Yeah. Mobius.
Yeah. But I did see I saw a post on Twitter earlier. Someone said it's like all these movies. There've been 7 movies since the Eternals movie, and none of it has still reflected from the Eternals movie.
Yeah.
The Eternals, like none of it.
Oh, the only one
like the big hand, like the fucking dude and shit. Like, bruh.
Yeah, because the only thing that kind of was close to that was
it's a pointless movie.
Like, Thor: Love and Thunder. That kind of but that was a scene removed. That was the stupid part. There was a scene from that we saw. It was a concept scene. Was actually removed from the movie, but it made acknowledge to the gods frozen in the planets. There was one of them in.
I think they pretty much just ditched it. Like they nothing else.
Still setting up, but yeah, because Blade was basically falling off from, which they've delayed, and then
they rebooted that. Like they'd start from scratch.
So I don't know.
So that's gonna be another fucking long time away. But the strike has ended though. Recently.
Yeah.
I was like, oh dang.
So that's fine. They actually it had ended previously, but it's now actually come to the.
That was a certain part of it, but this is everything now.
Yeah, the final agreement, and now it's ended. So now we will start being on the ball roll again, and things will start getting in momentum, and things will start happening again. We should start seeing productions on everything, everywhere, all at once.
And while we're on that topic, still about the MCU fucking shit, but the MCU's only got one movie coming out next year. Just one. And it's Deadpool 3.
Yep.
That's kind of a good thing. Like, it should be 1 or 2 a year. That's it.
Was it The Marvels come out now, which is apparently doing really good. It's got like 8 or 9. It's doing really well. It's a really good movie. I want to see it.
Yeah, but it hasn't made much. It made like $20 million.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's getting great score. Like, it's weird. And that's the only one that's really out. I think that's the end of the saga. I think the others are all TV shows, and then we're on to the next.
Yeah, that's
phase.
Brie Larson's last thing. I think.
Yeah, that too. But I think this is the end. We're on the end of this phase now. So the next will be the start of the new phase, which I think Deadpool might be part of the new phase. Not exactly sure, but yeah.
Well, at least in movie form.
Mm.
At least in this movie.
Mm.
And Wolverine's last movie, I think.
Well, Wolverine's supposed to be coming back in Secret Wars. They're talking about
that's all like fucking 5 years away though. Like,
they're supposed to be having there's talks of we're having Wolverine, but they're saying it should be Hugh Jackman. I think they're saying that
it's gonna be
I don't know.
Daniel Radcliffe, I reckon.
So I don't know if we're getting. I don't know if what they're saying is that we're going to have Hugh Jackman, or people are just assuming we're going to have Hugh Jackman because
he'd be too old for that. Like, he'd be in his
that's what I mean.
60s.
So I don't know where the actual it's not rumor, but like they're set.
Because that's still a long way off. Like, that's years away. It's like a decade.
Because it's supposed to be having
like 5 years or so.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man as well in Secret Wars. So I don't know what's going on. So
I reckon to get Daniel Radcliffe to play Wolverine.
Mm.
He's like the best fit out of anyone.
The fact that he has a cameo in Deadpool 3 as well, we will know what's going on, because that will set it up.
Because he's about the right size.
Yeah, and the build lately.
The build, like he's packed on the muscle, man.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a recent movie he's in. He's just like, like Jesus.
That was that TV show he's in. I keep forgetting the name of it, but yeah, it was the final season of that. I think it was.
I'm like,
last episode.
Yeah, that is definitely if that wasn't just for that, it's definitely Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see him half time. You don't see him like jacked out like that.
No,
and all in the series, like he's always so. Yeah, it was kind of interesting that they showed that, and like that's kind of hinting at something. He's clearly been working out for something.
All he needs to add is the sideburns, and he's fucking Wolverine. Like
that's it. Like he can easily pull it off, I reckon.
I don't know about the anger part though. I mean, he probably can do. He has played angry people before.
Yeah, it'd be something different. It'd be kind of. I think everyone's just used to him being so comedic, so it's gonna be weird. Like, because we're used to how he acts. So it will be kind of funny seeing him.
Yeah, but Wolverine is kind of that as well, though. To be fair.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's probably the best fit other than Hugh Jackman, but he's a bit old now.
Mm.
Like maybe 10 years ago he could have done it, but like.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends how Wolverine. Depends how Deadpool 3 goes.
It depends on exactly what they're setting up for, how they're doing it, and what they're placing it.
But he has already stated, like Instagram posting that he is getting old. Like
yeah, oh yeah.
Like his workouts are a lot harder and like a lot harder on him and stuff. So I was like, I think this might be his send off, his proper send off.
He's like he wanted to do it one last time for his hurrah kind of character send off.
I mean, he did it in Logan, but
I think you want to do a fun actual like, hey, let's actually kind of have fun with this and actually throw that, not just
especially with that suit and shit.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like let's do some fan service. Let's have some fun with it.
Like the way he did in Logan, that made sense. Like
as a story arc wise thing, that made sense. But I think as a actor playing the character, it's like that kind of sucks a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of a cheap way for, do we have to, now he's come back.
It also sucks people watching. There's like, he just had like the best ever send off in Logan. Now he's coming back. This is like,
time travel shit, and
but
it's gonna be fun.
We'll find out sometime next year.
That's it.
What's happening with it all? I'm fucking keen, man. I think it's Ryan Reynolds' last, or not last, but he's up there as well. Like he'll be probably doing something else soon.
It gets to a point where a lot of actors, they want to do other roles, and that's like I said, come back to Hiddleston.
He's been Deadpool for a decade, hasn't he? Like
something like that. Like
nearly.
It's only been like now 3 movies. The span of time it's taken to produce everything.
When was Deadpool done? Like 2014?
So gassy. Pardon me.
Okay, Deadpool was 2016, so nearly a fucking decade.
Yeah, it has nearly been a decade.
That's crazy. 2016 Deadpool came out.
Yeah. Crazy. I think it was meant to come out earlier. Remember they delayed it because they were like hitbacks, and so even think about
it meant to be out this year, was end of this year.
No, I'm like saying when they first started Deadpool. Like
Deadpool, yeah.
Proposed it all, and the delays and kickbacks, and he had to go to different studios and all that fart assing around and redo the script and propose it again, and So
Was it before Green Lantern or after Green Lantern? Still,
around that, I think it was before.
so before 2011. Holy
He might have been
shit!
trying to do that. Yeah, he got knocked back, and then I think.
I just realized Deadpool 2 was 2018.
Yep. COVID delayed the rest of it because he would have started working on it and then delayed it. He was working on other projects as well.
I'm actually hoping that Cable is in 3.
Hard to say.
Well, his friends, they all teamed up, like in the end.
It's
Remember?
hard to say what ends up happening because Deadpool. You know, it could be a whole 180 and no one's there at all. It's just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, well,
it's Deadpool. He can do what, you know, it's doesn't need
I
to
know.
be.
I know the Supersonic teenage, what the fucking name is.
Yeah.
She's in 3.
Oh, yep. It's one of those things.
She carried over.
Hmm.
So Cable might be in there. Just haven't heard anything.
That's it.
It'll make sense that he's in there. He's a good fucking ally.
Hmm.
Especially what they're gonna do. Like they need Wolverine for it, so it's gonna be fucking
and then if
big.
you go to the thing, Cable and Wolverine always had interactions in the X-Men and stuff like that. So, you know, it's kind of.
I'm guessing they probably know each other somehow.
Yeah.
Probably a different version of whoever it is, but they still know who it is. I was like, I'm just keen for 3. It's gonna be a 10 easy.
That's it.
What makes movies worth it, man? Wait a whole year for one movie, and that's that one movie.
I wanted to I was talking to I don't know what else.
Oh fuck! I just realised it's May next year. It comes out.
Oh, that's alright. That's not too long, really.
No, it's like less than 6 months.
Oh,
Well, about six months.
About 6 months, yeah. That's crazy.
Owen Wilson's in there as Mobius.
Oh, is he?
It says cast, and it's got Blind Owl, Wolverine, Mobius, Loki.
TVA.
I don't know about it, but yeah,
variant stuff.
maybe it's flashbacks. Maybe like just set up.
Who knows? Because it does look like they're basing on time travel with this one.
Yeah,
they end up in a weird dimension thing.
If it is May 24th, I mean May 3rd, we haven't got long to fucking wait.
Yeah, they'll be here before you.
And I'm keen. Hang on, if that's May, there's nothing for the rest of the year.
Pretty much. Well, see, the thing is, you got to remember though too. With Disney now, it's not that's the only thing for Marvel, yes, but you got to look at all the other things. Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
And then other Disney stuff.
I don't care about that though. I care about Marvel.
That's the thing. Yeah. That's the thing now because they're such a large business. They see going, okay, this slotment's for Marvel. This is Star Wars. Then we'll have another different franchise.
That didn't matter.
Star
like
Wars again.
from this year previously. Remember they packed it all. Like you had like 3 Marvel movies a fucking year or so.
Yeah. Was like
plus Star Wars, plus
TV
like
shows was definitely a lot
like,
of it.
Bruh.
I think a lot more of it is more TV shows next year as well. Again, so that's why it's yeah, the way it is because we've got a few.
The shows aren't as good though. Like Loki was the exception.
Definitely, like Loki was good. She-Hulk was.
Funny. I think that's maybe because mainly it was Loki. Like
they just did it right. Secret Invasion was just garbage. The writing was just bad.
It was AI generated.
The writing for Secret Invasion was just shit because it's just like they rushed things. They just killed characters off. They just did it in the most shittiest, stupidest way. It was just lazy. It was just like, oh, we need to just move the story forward. Let's just do this. It's like, really? Like, it's just... It was fucked.
Yeah, well, wasn't, No, don't worry. I was thinking of a Star Wars director for a second. That's weird. Dave Filoni.
Dave Filoni?
Dave Filoni, that's him.
Yeah.
He does the fucking Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it wasn't him.
But yeah, no, it was just weird. I don't know what they were doing.
But I should have brought this up with the Modern Warfare stuff.
What was
it? But it's only a quick thing. Some Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer maps have been pulled for bad spawn points.
Yes, there was a lot of which technically we have had in the past, but not
to this extent. Though.
Yeah, not to this extent, because like it is bad drops. Also,
I just shit. How do they fuck up the spawn points?
Yeah, because enemies were spawning like on the same spawn as like the enemies, so like you're cross spawning on each other, and it's just like what the fuck.
They're predetermined. You set them, then you release. You don't just randomly,
you go,
unless
okay,
they don't test it.
You got enemies spawning on this side, so the allies will spawn on this side. Oh, okay, allies are pushed here. Okay, everyone's on this side, so that means let's swap the field. Enemies spawn on this side, now allies spawn on this side. You know, because that's where the majority is. But it's like, no. So you have people spawn behind each other, and that did kind of come up in the beta a little bit. But because the maps we had, it was weird to experience, to really see it. And yeah, it's...
And I found out that every map is an old map at the current at the present moment. It's all an old remastered map. It's like, where's the new maps they promised?
They're all remastered. It's like, and then they're carrying over.
That's probably another reason. It needed more fucking time to cook.
And then there's like a lot of Modern Warfare 2 maps that are carried over. Warzone carries over. You can't access Modern Warfare 2.
That's funny though. Like
war mode, the war mode thing they got, the ground war. Well, no, what ground war? That new war mode, some massive war mode thing they have, which again experiences like a collaboration of some of the old multiplayer maps, but then larger scale because they got different setups with them redesigned. But that mode is the most laggy as fuck mode. Everyone's experiencing lag in it because it's not, it's just not what's the word I'm thinking of for?
This is why you don't buy games day one. Like this is a prime example.
Well, I mean, at the same time, you wouldn't know if no one bought day one. No one would know these bugs are happening, and then it would go left for months.
Well, they would because some people still buy it, but like
that's why you kind of have to. Then you can like report on it, and then they get enough feedback knowing.
The smart people don't buy day one. If you want to be a beta tester, if you want to be a game tester, buy it day one. That's pretty much it. But that's for most games anyway.
I did tell you this last night.
Multiplayer games.
Funny moment for me. I'll bring up again. In the campaign where I'm transporting Makarov, and I walked past him several times and left him behind me. And nothing fucking happened the whole time. He just said, talking to himself. You go up to him, you got to punch him to nudge him, move on. And that one more point where I'm following him, I nudge him to push him, and he lagged out, and he appeared behind me and knocked me out. I was like, what the fuck is this? So there are some weird things going on.
He got sticky as shit, man. Just knocked him the fuck out.
It's like, and then they came up with a message going, make sure you stay behind Makarov. I'm like, that's what I was doing, you stupid thing. So,
but I wasn't doing anything.
So that was just a thing. But yeah, we'll see more once we all get into it. You'll play it and you get your experience. We can talk about it a bit more next week. Speaking of thing, I wanted to bring up some funny things. This is a little bit curveball from what we have.
Some funny things.
Well, not funny, kind of funny. I know, there's something I just wanted... I was talking about Australian culture earlier with some people. Because they were talking about wanting to know some Australian stuff, what it's like in a day in life in Aussie. Talking about stuff, and they mentioned the Emu War.
If you want to confuse other people, just talk about servos and arvos.
That's it. But they're like, mentioned the Emu War. And I was like, when was the Emu War again? Because I was like, I want to look that up. So,
yeah, right.
Bringing back the cultural history, the Great Emu War was in 1932. So last year was the anniversary because it took place between the 2nd of November to the 10th of December 1932. So we missed that anniversary. But yeah, it was the Great Emu War. And I was thinking, when I was looking at that, because it made me think, what other stupid wars with stupid names have there been? What do you reckon, Jim? Do you reckon there's a few more of them?
But I guarantee there is. But there's also another fun fact for anyone out there. We're the only country to eat one of our national animals. The kangaroo.
The kangaroo.
Like, the kangaroo is on the coat of arms and shit. Like, it's on everything. It's like, and we eat it.
Well, people have tried eating emu and it tastes like shit, apparently.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
So.
But like, a little fun fact for you.
But yeah, I think it came out of the Emu War because they needed to cull the whole emu thing population. So most Australians know of the Great Emu War. So anyone else that's not in Australia that always curious about the Emu War. So basically, the synopsis of this is the Emu War or the Great Emu War was a nuisance wildlife management military operation undertaken in Australia over the late part of 1932 to address the public concern over the number of emus said to be destroying crops in the Campion district within the wheat belt of Western Australia. The unsuccessful attempts to curb the population of emus, a large flightless bird indigenous to Australia, employed Royal Australian Artillery soldiers armed with Louis guns and leading the media to adopt the name emu war when referring to the incident. Although many birds were killed, the emu population persisted and continued to cause crop destruction. So we actually lost the emu war as well, for those that are unaware. So even if you are Australian and you don't actually know what happened, it was crazy. And
Not only did we lose, but there's still just as many today.
yeah, and there's a lot more to the
100
story.
years later, nearly. Like,
it's wild. It is pretty funny. I'm surprised they haven't tried doing anything like that ever again. Like, I guess it just was too dumb, and they thought, well, that's just a waste of resources.
kind of pointless. Like, just let them.
Yeah.
Could you can fence off areas, or you can now even fucking
That's
better.
it.
Like, but now people are smarter. Like stuff they want to keep safe, they do like fence off and no wild emus get in there and cause havoc. Same as chickens though. Some chickens can do that.
Mm.
Not just wallabies, possums.
Oh wow, 57,000 bounties.
57,000 bounties.
Despite the problems we're encountering with the culture, the farmers of the region once again requested military assistance in 1934 and 1943 and 1948.
Imagine that you need the military to stop emus.
And they got turned down by the government. Instead, the bounty system that had been instigated in 1923 was continued, and then proved to be effective. What? With 57,000 bounties were claimed over a 6-month period. So they put in a bounty system where people like you yourself, it's like, well, we're not going to let we're not wasting military resources. You hunt it down, and we'll give you a payment for, I guess, killing them. I guess, and yeah,
that's crazy.
That's crazy to think. There was a few attempts. That's why it went for that whole 1 month, 1 week, and 1 day.
But that whole emus are tough sons of bitches.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And they can run pretty quick.
So, yeah, don't fuck with an emu. I've patted it.
So they can attack you and they can cause some serious, probably deadly harm.
They get very aroused too, and they want to hump everything. Found that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, they when they get mating season, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
They fucking dominate pretty strongly, apparently. So.
That's why you don't go anywhere near them.
Mm. So, speaking of this, with funny wars, some of them don't really have a funny outcome, but just the names alone were kind of funny.
Well, they're funny anyway. Like, god dang.
One of them, so I got a few of these open because some of them are just basic kind of names. Like one of them was called the, you might have heard of the Football War. Took place between July 1969, or a few days through 1969 in July. So it was basically
very random. Like what?
The Football War. So basically, this one kind of makes sense to why it's named, because the Football War, also known as the 100 Hours War or 100-Hour War, was a brief military conflict fought between El Salvador and the Honduras in 1969. So basically, implies that the conflict was due to a football match. And the cause of the war went much deeper, as the roots were issue over land reform in Honduras and immigration and demographic problems in El Salvador. But it was based around, it instigated between, I guess, the football match and also the two teams. And it was basically either side, and then that kind of instigated from there. So it's very simple, but it is called the Football War. The 60s. So, yeah, that was one of them.
Dang.
There is the War of the Bucket.
Oh, I think I've heard of that one.
So it took place in the region of Emilia Romagna, in northern Italy. I may have slurred that name pretty badly.
Romagna.
The war was an episode in the over 300-year-long struggle between Guelphs and the Ghibellines. Again, I've mostly butchered that. Basically, what happened was, upon discovering the missing bucket, the Bolognese? I don't know.
The Bolognese.
The Bolognese were infuriated and demanded its return. The Modenese were not amenable to this demand and refused. Incensed and humiliated, the Bolognese declared all-out war on Modena. With that, the War of the Bucket commenced. So they didn't return a bucket.
Very weird.
And that took place in 1325. In the 1300s that happened.
Dang.
Over a bucket.
Over a base. Makes sense. Over a bucket. Then again, a bucket would have cost a pretty penny back then.
So yeah.
And there wouldn't have been as many buckets. That would have been like one in the fucking town or something. Like,
I don't necessarily know if this is maybe similar in the vein of the Emu War, but it was a different outcome, different things. But it's called the Pig War. That took place in 1859.
Pig War.
Was a confrontation in 1859 between the United States and the United Kingdom over the British-US border in San Juan Islands. So why is it called the Pig War?
Why are the US involved?
The Pig War, so called because it was triggered by the shooting of a pig.
There's not really a pig war there. It's just a...
It is also called the Pig Episode, the Pig and Potato War, and the San Juan Boundary Dispute, and the Northwestern Boundary
potatoes?
Dispute.
Someone shot it.
So someone shot a pig, someone got upset and triggered over a pig being shot, and then all out war because of the territory, I guess, because someone was in someone else's land, territory, line, border. Yeah, you're in my land. You're in my land. You shot my pig. No, my pig. I don't know. Like, it's kind of dumb. Kind of dumb.
That is, yeah. That's not really a. That's just a
couple of months.
Just pay him and fuck off. Give him another pig.
That's it. Like, just get another pig. Why is it triggered that the pig was shot? Another one's called the Whiskey War. The Whiskey War, also known as the Liquor Wars, was a pseudo-confrontation and a border dispute between the Kingdom of Denmark and Canada over Hans Island.
Dang, Canada involved in a war?
Yeah, and it was in the 1980s.
Of whiskey.
The border.
Fuck, that was recent then. Jesus.
The bloodless conflict became known as the Whiskey War because beginning in the 1980s, Canada and Denmark took turns staking their claim to the island by planting flags and bottles of liquor.
Planting flags and bottles of liquor.
Whiskey from Canada, schnapps from Denmark. This is my land! No, this is my land! No, this is my land! No, this is my land!
Why are they wasting liquor like that in the 80s?
Like, yeah, it was weird. Placing flags and liquor.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. Planting flags and liquor.
Like some kind of weird game.
Yeah, flags and liquor. Like, come on, bro. Have you never heard of that?
Yeah, it's freaking wild as.
Like snakes and ladders. That's flags and liquor. Like, fuck. Can we bring that back? Oh, with bloodshed this time?
Yeah, well, that's it. Like, it'll bump that. Yeah, no bloodshed. So that's alright.
But you have to drink the liquor, then plant the flag. Come on.
Run with the flag just spraying everywhere.
Well, it was whiskey, so you got to down the bottle of whiskey, then plant the flag.
That sounds like actually a fun game.
It does, doesn't it? We're not condoning that because that could be fucking
drunken
harmful.
drift ball.
Drunken drift ball. Fuck is drift ball.
Griff ball.
Oh, let me have a look. Griff ball
from Halo.
I knew that.
Instead of a ball, it's a flag.
Grioff, but
Grioff.
Where did the O come from?
Anyway, yeah, no,
Griff ball.
Griff ball.
Griff ball is community created. Oh, community created. That's why I didn't play it.
It was good.
Created by a game type made by Bernie Burns of Rooster Teeth. Okay. Halo 3. I didn't play Halo 3 that much, or the online or anything. I did the campaign, but that's about it. Although at the time that multiplayer was so fucking good. It fucking still is. I just like the fact that you could like do the vehicles, like that weird fucking bike thing, and run people over. And you had that giant sand map. Last time that was fucking huge, man.
Yeah.
2007.
Mm-hmm.
Went downhill from there.
What else we got here?
Did Reach have multiplayer? No.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, they've all had multiplayer.
I've never heard no one play Reach multiplayer though.
Oh really? Yeah, I just played it heaps.
No, I've never heard no one actually like in the same vein as like Halo 2, 3, and Combat Evolved. Like,
It was there. People did play it. I guess they just didn't talk about it.
but to me, like, no one talked about
Yeah.
Halo Reach multiplayer.
Yeah, because I played heaps of it. Now I think
All
about
I
it.
hear is the campaign. Now it's so fucking good. I'm like, I'm still on like the third mission.
Oh, really? Still haven't finished Reach?
No,
Reach is so good.
no, I
It
know.
is so
Because
good.
I'm going through Reach to 5, but I'm still on
Trying to get
Starter
to the...
Reach.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll get there one day.
Um...
I was gonna do a co-op, but I got no one to co-op with.
Oh, we should try and do that sometime. Um... This one's more of a simple name, but it's over a stupid situation. The Pastry War.
That makes sense. Pastry is
What do you reckon this is based around, being the Pastry War?
a pastry recipe.
Pastry recipe.
Yeah.
So, what year do you reckon this took place in? Got a wide gap. Any century.
The 1800s?
It was in the 1800s.
The 1890s?
Oh, a bit earlier than that. It was in 1838 to
Fuck.
1839, a whole year. Oh well, I don't know if it's exactly a whole year, but it could have been like
A whole year of pastry
Oh no,
war?
it was the end. It was the end of November, and it ended at the early March. So it was like
Only like 6
few
months.
So
5 months,
basically,
6 months.
the pastry war, brief and minor conflict between Mexico and France, and arising from the claim of a French pastry cook living in Tacubuya near Mexico City, and that some Mexican army officers had damaged his restaurant.
Oh, didn't expect that.
So I'm guessing he was, because he was French. They damaged his restaurant. He wanted compensation. They said no. The French were like, yeah, I don't know why I sound like a Japanese friggin'.
That went on for that long.
You need to pay your debt. That's go now. You know, I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, just because he's French and they fucked his building or his place up, like, fuck. But then again, you don't go to Mexico.
Here's another one. It is called the Banana War.
I think I've heard of that one.
When do you reckon that took place?
It was the 1900s, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
70s.
Oh, no. 1993. What are the Banana Wars? The Banana Wars is the culmination of a 6-year trade quarrel between the US and the EU. The US complained that the EU scheme giving banana producers from former colonies in the Caribbean special access to European markets, which broke the free trade rules. So it's very basic, like.
Dang.
It's very simple, like, situation, but like, yeah.
It's not really a war, then, is it?
It's just a disagreement.
Yeah, it's like a lot of these things are not actually a war. It's just a quarrel between two people or something.
It says 1993, but what's this?
Like the pig one. That's not even a war. That's just a. It's like a Sunday afternoon, like.
Well, it says. Oh no, it says 1993. I don't know what it says 1993 because it says here, the start date was 1898. What the fuck? Someone needs to get their articles right.
So like 100 years, like.
And then, well, it says end date was 1934, but then what's 1993 got to do with it? Sorry, my bad. I don't know what the fuck 1993 has to do with it. It's in the article. Literally, it's in the article. I don't know why they fucking didn't. But yeah, it was the Spanish-American War in 1898 and the inception of the Good Neighbor policy in 1934. So it was basically a trade agreement, but still, it was just like fighting over bananas. This one
bananas are good,
sense.
but not that good. You gotta fight over them.
Like this war makes sense. This kind of warish does kind of make sense. It's called the War of Jenkins' Ear. The War of Jenkins' Ear was a conflict lasting from 1739 to 1748 between the Britain and the Spain, the Britannians and the Spaniards. The majority of the fighting took place in the New Granada and the Caribbean Sea, with major operations largely ending by 1742. It was related to the 1740 and 1748 War of Austrian Succession. So basically, what do you reckon incited the War of Jenkins' Ear?
Fuck. That could be anything. I'm gonna say someone slept with their missus, but that could have happened back in the day. What time period was it?
1700s. The War of Jenkins' Ear.
It's probably a fucking spousal debut or something.
It's literally it's literally the name. So Jenkins' ear. So he was the Captain Robert Jenkins. Had his left ear sliced off.
Oh,
and that's how the war started.
that's what it's called then.
He had his left ear sliced off. So in 1731, Spanish sailors boarded the British brig Rebecca off the coast of Cuba and sliced off the left ear of its captain, Robert Jenkins. This traumatic auriculotomy, I guess it's like it's a scientific word for this traumatic, whatever it is, was used as a pretext by the British to declare war on Spain. The conflict that is now known as the War of Jenkins. Kind of weird.
Never heard of it before.
Yeah, it's one of those things. So, I don't know, it kind of felt weirdly fitting. I know we had, like, it's a weird way to back off of yesterday's Remembrance Day, but it was like a remembrance of war was the thing, and I thought, what? You know, and then that's what my brain was thinking. What other weird wars have we actually, like, has the world been through, you know? There's serious things that people actually kind of fight over, and then there's literal stupid things that people fight over.
Like those.
Yeah, and I was like, I want to look these up, because I know there's some stupid stories. And that was some of them. Things that people have fought over. Because someone shot a pig.
Banana one. The pastry one. Like, what the fuck?
It's crazy. It is crazy.
But then again, as I said, Mexico is crazy. Don't ever go there unless you want shit to happen.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. But no, it's definitely something to think about. Like, the world is so different in so many ways, and at the same time, some people don't realize, like...
Or sometimes worse, depends what it is.
Like, people don't realize what the difference is in a first world country to a second, third world, to even a fifth world, you know. And when you actually really think about it, we do have it pretty good in Australia. When you compare...
That's what I've been saying to everyone. Like, we got probably the best out of anyone here.
Like, it can be pretty fun. Like, we have homelessness and, like, drug issues, but as a guy I talked to,
that's also them by choice. Yeah. To be fair.
And that's something, like, there was, he just come back from America.
It's not because, like, it's mainly his choice here.
That's it. Well, I was saying, this guy I know, he just come back from, his holiday, and he went to San Fran, and he went to, Fiji. And in America, so he went to San Fran, and he said basically everywhere you walked, it just smelled like marijuana because it's legal. So you just smelled like that everywhere you walked.
You can do that here too, like you have to get to the right spots.
Well, that's how he said anywhere and everywhere you went through San Fran, it literally just smelled like marijuana. Every turn, every corner, every street, every shop, anywhere and everywhere, it just smelled like marijuana all over the place. I was like, that's just crazy because it's legal. So, you know, and people just smoke the fuck out of it.
It's actually better than cigarettes. Like, smelling cigarettes everywhere is horrible.
But he said there were some streets in San Fran that were that bad because people are high off fentanyl that they're just like frozen in time, fucked up in streets, and there's just so much homelessness because they're high on drugs, like literally.
Also, that's their own fault though. Like,
but there's just you said there's just so much of it. Like everywhere you look, there's just so much of it. There's just people sleeping on the streets, frozen on the curbsides because they're just high off fentanyl because it's such a big problem. And he goes, it's just shocking to see how bad it is, and then you realize our drug issues and homelessness, like homelessness still suck, like it shouldn't, you know, isn't as bad as it is over there. Like,
no,
even the way, like, even homelessness is still a better off standard in Australia than it is in America. Like, you're literally in, like, beyond poverty in America. Like, it was how he was explaining it and how it was, and like, that's insane, you know. It's fucked, you know. We're kind of like, we are lucky. And then he said he went to, when he was at Fiji, the places where he was literally were like a fifth world country. Like the places he went to, like the roofs were, he said the roofs were like tin sheets, if that. They were held down by bricks. They weren't like screwed, or they're just bricks and rocks.
Because
placed
some
on top to
places in
hold them
Fiji are
down.
like that, some are like this. Like
Yeah, like they're just like where he went to. Like he said, it was just horrendous, and it was just like
because Fiji is a tourist spot. Like
yeah, and he did the thing, but like even then when you do it, like he was seeing those sides of it, even though as a tourist, like you're going through, you're seeing, he was still seeing those sides of it. It's just shocking to, see that it's just so. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like that's people don't see that. You always see tourist because that's the thing. Tourism is always going to try and boost the best of it. So you're always going to see the best parts and not see.
But then again, they do take you to the best parts.
Yeah, they try and show it off so you spend money. That's the whole thing.
Yep.
Helps those countries, but then you actually look at what's
But
going on.
they don't put it into anything else.
No, and then all these people live in poverty still, and it's fucked, and it's just horrible. There's no help for anyone. It's ridiculous. Like,
nope.
Yeah, and a lot of that people don't realize, and people don't understand that we've got it pretty good here, and they take a lot of the stuff we have for granted. Like, it's phenomenal.
Like I said, I would never leave because there's no fucking point.
No, the only place if I'm going anywhere would be a trip to Japan. Japan's like really nice. Like everything is so good.
Yeah, well, Japan's just like this, really. Look, probably even better than here.
There and New Zealand would be the two places I'd like to go. New Zealand's apparently really close to what we're like, so it's not much different, which makes sense.
Except their sheep to people ratio are 3-1.
Right.
No, it's just because they have so much grass, like they got so much open land.
Because it was a big farming commodity when farming was a thing, and that's what they commoditized on, and it's why it's so big. So it's sheep and alpacas, like they've got a lot of that there.
Yep.
Alpacas have been more recent,
because they needed them, like
last decade, 2 decades, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
alpacas are savage though.
They can be pretty wild. It's fucking crazy.
Same as llamas, they just fucking spit at you.
Oh, they freaking want to, they will. But
same as fucking camels, they do the exact same thing.
Camels are definitely worse.
Camels, they like hack up this fucking snot stuff and just spit at you. It's like alpacas and that. Because I was what, grade 5 or 6.
Yep.
And we went to the zoo, and one of my friends, he tormented a camel. And it spat at him.
Yeah, you can egg them on. There's like they will actually get them riled up and do it. As funny as like as easy as to egg them.
And he literally thought he was safe, and then all I heard was this growling noise. I was like, "Fuck is that?" And then all of a sudden he just hit him right in the face.
It's like gargling. It's like
yep.
Gargles.
Because I was only a kid. Like we were only like 10 or something, like 10 or 11, whatever it is. And like he just all of a sudden this green fucking ball shot at him, like ugh.
Yeah, muck. That's hilarious. It's
funny. Like grass and that he's chewing on and shit. Like
yeah, that's exactly it. Phlegm with the spit. With the chew
like,
grass.
well, that's what you get for pissing off a fucking camel. Like, god dang.
Yep.
Pretty sure they're like elephants, right? Like they fucking don't forget either.
Something like that, yeah. I think it's got.
It's so funny weird that elephants don't like mice.
Tiny? I don't know. Yeah, it's weird.
Like this little fucking could do an elephant.
I know.
And I was like, it just fucking runs off.
Something about it.
Mice don't even hurt you. Like they just look at you and just run around.
Look, you didn't freak out.
No, not all mice freak out.
Stare at you.
Some are very curious and they just like come at you and then just stare at you. It's like, the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
I had a pet mouse once and it was loving people. Like, god dang. It's funny you get like a house mouse because they're fucking teeny. Like the pet mouse. You can get like pet rats and that, but yeah.
Yeah.
They do bite.
Yes.
But this is a trailer that I recently saw that I'd bring up. This looks so good, but Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Yes, it's so good. We're
I was like, fuck Afterlife. This is like legit. Like god dang.
Because like I messaged you when you told me about it, like yeah, because Afterlife was like I said, it was a sequel reboot origin story, and that was the problem. It was trying to get that build up to establish that sending off the old movie, like the old franchise. So it was sending off that, but then it was introducing the new. So it was in this weird mid area where it was like trying to do like a beginning, end, and end. To like like
really...
it's weird. It's like let's end the original and make it a third movie, but then let's make it start a new franchise. Like, and yeah, so we got that weird in between, send off for the old actors, but then introduction to the new the new cast, the handover. So now we're going straight into it. We're going straight into the story.
The old guys are still back in there anyway. Like,
yeah,
they're still...
it was weird. But it's good now we're getting.
All they sent off was the guy that passed. That's all.
Yeah.
That's who they sent off.
Because they wanted to match up. But no, it's going to be good now seeing this new one because it's like none of that. Straight back into what's good about it. And it's good because it had that old school like Men in Black as well. It had that Men in Black vibe with the Ghostbusters vibe. Like, I'm like, this is like proper...
I'm actually excited more because the last one, I found it boring. There was nothing really happening until the end.
Yeah, exactly. Like, had that little spot at the start of the movie. Like, the start of Afterlife was good. And then it kind of was like that little snippet at the start was like, ooh, and then it's
had
like,
an hour and a bit of just
all this setup, and then we finally got like to the ghosts, like, and it felt like because it was like paralleling the first movie, but like at least the first movie stuff in between stuff was like funny, like had those quirkiness, and then this didn't really have it. It was too serious.
That's because Bill Murray went there till the fucking end. Like,
we didn't have Rick Moranis, so. But no, and then the ending was great. Like, the ending was good for Afterlife, and then it had a nice send off. But yeah.
And this it seems from the get-go just...
It looks like they're going straight because now everything's out of the bag.
I just like how people actually dying now.
Yeah.
Like, that fucking... I didn't think they'd go that route with people dying, but they are.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like... So, well, I mean, we kind of got to that point when we actually saw, like, them passing over the torch and we had him, like, killed off by a ghost. That was their...
Oh, yeah, but, like, now we're seeing...
Yeah. I think that was
like, random people just getting killed and shit, like... Yep.
Like, we're seeing the chaos.
By the, whatever it is,
freeze,
the frost...
the fear, the frozen... Was it? Frozen fear? Fear froze?
Something like that? I don't...
Yeah.
But, like, I'm actually keen for that.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good.
Who, That's not Disney, though, thank fuck.
No, it's Warner Brothers.
Yeah. There's gonna be a physical for that. I'm like, yeah. Fuck you, Disney.
So that's the feel. Just watching how that... See, from what I remember watching the trailer for Afterlife, it got me hyped and it was good. But it had a certain feel to it.
It was good until you watched it.
It was like, that too, but then watching the trailer for this new Ghostbusters, it actually felt like it had the vibe. Like I said,
they said it was a teaser. It went for 2 fucking minutes.
I know, like...
That's a full trailer. And I think they revealed too much still, though. Like, they just...
Yeah. But it captured the vibe perfectly. Like, it was so
I think they kind of spoiled stuff, but then again, who cares? Like, probably more in there that we have to look for. But, like, they did wait... Like, a teaser is like 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I would have been fine with that.
I had a whole 2-minute freaking teaser.
How
long is the trailer going to be? They drop a 5-minute trailer? Like, fuck.
No, please. I hope we see nothing more until it comes out. Like, fuck.
God. I got to get back into the game because I'm going to curious to see how if they try and tie the game with it because it does kind of feel like it's in between a little bit.
Yeah, I want to play the new PSVR one.
Oh, that one too, yeah.
That looks so good. That looks best Ghostbusters game ever, man. Have you seen that? PSVR 2 is expensive though.
Yeah.
$1,000 nearly.
Yep. Price of console. But
no, console was way cheaper. Console was cheaper than the VR.
I know, it's crazy.
VR 2's got a lot of good tech though. And it come to the game, so.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And speaking of movies, Nintendo and Sony are teaming up to make a Legend of Zelda movie. Yes. Live action movie. Add that. Based on the first game, I think. It's just called The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
So is it going to be straight 1-to-1? Is it going to be like, but we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Could be a retelling.
The game is based off the book that like the story abridged. It could be anything.
And also, I want Tom Holland to be Link because it fits. Being Sony, they might just try and slot him in there.
Well, that's it. Who knows what they're going to do? But it'd be interesting to see who they cast as Link. Also, who they cast as Zelda.
I think that's
and who they get is Ganon.
there's a someone in particular that fans have got, and
Yep.
her herself has said that she would like to play her, but
I like to see how they get
let's
to
see
Ganon.
if Nintendo get a hold of it and to see if they run with it.
Because basically it's just Link, Zelda, and Ganon basically are the main three.
Yeah, and then you just got random creatures like.
And then anyone else is like, I think there's like Zelda's.
Yeah, but
father.
Ganon, you wouldn't see the person. You'll see him in makeup or whoever it is.
Yeah, still it'd be kind of cool to see who they get because then you could kind of know their acting skill.
It can be anyone though, as long as they can portray the essence of Ganon.
If they can, because then you know who the actor is. If you
Jack
know
Black,
him.
let's go.
I was saying, if you know who the actor is, then you can kind of see his range, or you know what I mean, their range of acting.
I mean, Jack Black could do it.
Ganon would be, yeah. Ganon could be anything. So.
Yeah, but I think Jack Black, after doing Bowser, he can have the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Presence as what Ganon from the games could, in that even probably better.
He
all this is probably a voice, like because he's probably going to be CGI.
We don't know
for the most part.
Well, it depends if they go with the super accurate where he's like 8 foot tall. They could go that version of him, or
I reckon they would.
Or they could just do a shorter version, like a normal size version. There's literally any
like
version.
Jack Black.
Yeah, that's amazing because there's literally any version. Because in the media of Ganon, for Ganon, there is like a big, bulky, stocky version of Ganon, and then there's like a really kind of bulky, but he's like really tall, like 8 feet tall. You know, there's different versions of him. You know, they can tell it any way they want to.
Yeah, you know, it just depends what they go with.
It depends on the actor they pull. So I'm definitely curious to see the casting for this movie.
It's gonna be a long way off. Like it's only in the initial planning. Like fuck,
and so that would have been
unless it's in the production part.
Well, that would have been on hiatus because
maybe
of the strike too. So that would have been on pause.
Yeah, but it could have been happening before that.
Yeah,
so we don't know exactly.
Right. Like I said, that strike, that the Sega strike would have been a big delay on it because they wouldn't.
It only went for this year though.
Yeah, still that delays it. That's they can't. They have to pause. They literally any.
Yeah, but I reckon they would have been going from like 2021, 22.
Well, then again, we had COVID, so there was only limited communication and planning they could do. They could only theorize, plan, and not actually like do anything practical. So we don't know exactly, but like I say, it depends on when they've decided to do it. That would have been an input delay on it, and then having the Sega strike. That would have been a big input as well of like actually because literally when that's happening, no one is allowed to work on productions. Like literally everything was on pause.
All they could do is just write on paper.
Yeah, and just keep it reserved for themselves. No one could actually talk about anything. No one could promote anything.
Like they could, just not officially.
Yeah, and that's the hard part because if there was a certain grounds of level they could only do things at. Otherwise, it broke the agreements and it could throw the whole thing out of whack. So it was very. They could still release movies and stuff because they were done. It's just how they promoted it. They had to be in grounds and they had to play. That's why if you notice too, with a lot of promotions for movies that come out the last few months, there hasn't been much advertising for them.
Nope.
If you notice, it was very minimal because they had it within confinements ground.
That's same as games also though, because it affected everything.
Yeah, they could only show like I think it was like one trailer every so often, and then things like that. Like things they could only promote it very minimally, because if they did too much, then that would break the contract. So. The agreement for what they were fighting for.
But that's all done. We're back to normal.
So now you'll see advertisements anywhere.
Structure.
Actually, there's something I think I sent you to the other day. I wanted to mention as well. Actually, coming back to the consoles with I just thought about now being talking about advertisements. The other day I can't remember if I filmed it or sent it to you, but I launched my Xbox and when it turned on, it came up with the purchase Modern Warfare 3 now screen on my Xbox.
Yeah, that was before launch, yeah.
Yeah, well, I had already had my copy. And I went to turn my Xbox on to play my copy, and it popped up.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, purchase now. I'm like, I've got it literally in my console, and I'm about to launch it. Like, I thought was kind of funny, because I'm like, I'm going to play it.
They're forcing that on everyone,
aren't they? The advertisement pushing out as you launch the console. Like, that's...
they got to make that $69 fucking billion.
Just promote things like, and that's the thing. That's the start now. It won't be just that. It'll be anything now. You'll turn on and you'll get pushed an advert being like, "Hey, this new game's out. You're gonna buy it." And it's like, really, like. And
the fact that Rockstar owns like half of the fucking industry now.
They just push so many games.
I mean, so many ads. I don't feel sorry for them.
So.
You kind of reap what you sow. Like, goddamn. Yeah.
So it's one of those things, but no. Anyway, I think you got anything else?
I do, because I saw about that Modern Warfare ad.
Yeah.
And then I saw an Xbox on PS5. They turned it on.
Yeah.
They let him in. Oh, look, I turn on the PS5 and come straight to a fucking store buy screen. I'm like, bruh.
Oh god.
He's like trying to force it to him, but it's literally a tab that he went to.
Yeah, he's trying to make it out like it was a thing, but he tabbed to it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Also,
bruh.
these exports are going. You sent that photo I sent you as well about that with Pachinki
No.
on Twitter. Pachinki's changed their name. They're
What?
changing. Yeah, Pachinki's changing their platform from being a personed account to multiple an industry or some stupid bullshit thing. I sent you the photo in Messenger.
So Andrew finally changing his thing. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't see that. What the fuck?
yeah. I wanted to mention that before we go. You can have a little chuckle at that. I thought it was pretty funny. I was like,
Pretty sure
wow.
it's a dude anyway. Like his
Yeah,
name's Andrew.
yeah. So, and it's just like it's an easy way just to
People
follow.
call it in the comments on these tweets and shit. I was like, bruh. Everyone
People will be
fucking knows.
commenting basically. So now you're becoming like a, like a gaming journalism or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be.
Extension.
It's like, are you gonna stop being like Xbox bias now, like being all that one platform console war bias? It's
An
like,
ambitious project to expand on gaming. Expand more Xbox? Like,
it's so yeah, like so they're trying to say like it's not going to just be run by one person now; it's going to be run by multiple people.
some friends are collaborating with me on this.
That's just
Some
yeah,
friends of just themselves. Like,
yeah, like what? It seems so weird. Like then they call what was it extension? Like
not a person, a gaming portal. More tweets of gaming news, mainly Xbox, it says.
yeah,
So you're not really exploring it's just mainly
no,
Xbox.
exactly.
Fucking hypocrites, man.
Yeah, but it keeps them covered.
Still gameplays, still gameplays, memes, debunking narratives,
Yeah, debunking narratives by pushing narratives.
etc. Video game reviews, so Xbox reviews.
Yeah.
Currently working on becoming a website. They're working on becoming a website. How the fuck does that happen? How do you become a website?
I don't know, you just make a website. It's not that hard. Just make a website. Just make one.
They're working on becoming a website.
I know.
So then themselves are going to become a website. Like, bruh.
It just seems so.
The actual account will be expanded in other areas over time. Oh, they got the Xbox logo in the name as well.
Extension, yeah. The Xbox logo.
With the X and the O, like, fuck me. But what does that thing say?
Yep.
Expand on gaming?
But still be very Xbox like. Sure, you're expanding.
It's like Moten with like his name is now like.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm no," and yet he's been doing the same thing again. He's reverted back, like saying that he wasn't going
I
to.
don't care
I was
if
like,
they
"You're all a
see
bunch
it,
of
but
hilarious
you
hypocrites."
fucking jack-offs.
Yep. It's just I had to mention that because I thought that was hilarious. That game that made me laugh. That literally made me laugh. Like when I saw that.
Like, I can criticize everything because I fucking play everything.
Exactly.
You just criticize PlayStation, don't even fucking play it, and Nintendo.
Yep.
Like, god dang. I mean, I'm not in Nintendo now that I bought a fucking Wii. Like, god dang. And Des, I brewed up a thing.
Brewed up a
Wii.
thing.
I'm not sure what the game is, but I got Wind Waker for the GameCube, right?
Oh yeah.
And it comes with Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time on the
Yeah.
GameCube. I'm like,
Yeah,
but
I think
I'm not
that's
sure
the
which one it is. I think it's
one-
Ocarina of Time.
That's one I think I had. I showed you.
Yeah.
My
Wait,
account.
which freaking game is it? Because on the email
I
it
think it
says Majora's
I
Mask.
thought it should have both on it. I thought it had it in the pack.
Yeah, it's got Wind Waker and either the Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. I'm not sure which one it is.
I thought in the other one it had both Ocarina and Majora's Mask.
Nah.
on it.
Nope.
Oh, what's the other one? I don't know now. Yeah.
I don't. Where's your copy? Because I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
Is it Ocarina?
I can't remember now. I'll have to fucking.
I know you put it out of nowhere before, and it's like, haha, here it is.
I think it's on the other side. Oh, I have to get up now.
On the other side.
Ow! Smack my head on the light.
But I mean, I'm keen, and I bought a. I I found a brand new GameCube memory card, still sealed.
Mine here says The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker includes bonus disc featuring 2 extra games, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time and Legend of Zelda. Mine's got Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time and The Legends of Zelda: Ocarina of Time Master Quest.
Yeah.
Mine's got those 2 in it.
Yeah, it's Ocarina of Time. But the email says Majora's Mask. I'm like, bruh, that's not even a thing.
It'd be the Ocarina of Time, and then
yeah.
I was like, wait, what the?
I don't know what Master Quest is. I think it's the same game, but like bigger. I can't remember. I don't know what the difference is.
That's the Wind Waker guide manual.
Yeah, kind of 2 guides, doesn't it, like that in the Ocarina?
Yeah, because the Smack and everything. Wind Waker. There's the Ocarina of Time, and then there's the Wind Waker.
Look, I'm keen to play Wind Waker, but I might play that on the Switch.
Actually, it says on the thing. I was actually looking at that. At the time of the old Game Boy Advance, you could plug it into your Game Boy and use it as a controller. Game Boy Advance
for the Wii or GameCube, yeah and the Wii as well.
Adapter, yeah. I was like, that's cool. To play.
Just use a GameCube controller.
Well, like, that's
a lot easier.
Cool, though, that
not easier, but like
that it was capable of doing that though, plugging in a Game Boy Advance and using that as a controller. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
That's a cool little feature.
But then, yeah.
Just
that's fucking cool, though.
It's a cool mechanic to be able to like do that.
That's what I like about the GameCube. You can plug in the Game Boy player. You can play all Game Boy games, like Advance, Color, the original Game Boy, all them games on your TV.
But yeah, that's why I can play on my Wii.
Right? Exactly. That's why I got it. Cause I'm like, I got that roughly for $115. I think the Wind Waker Ocarina of Time.
One complete like card uses 12 blocks, Game Boy Advance compatible.
Yeah. I'm fucking keen because I've never played Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I played bits of it. I never actually finished it.
I'm gonna do it on stream.
So I wouldn't mind trying to finish it one day.
Might record it for the YouTubes because it's not a long game.
Finished a Zelda game.
I concur.
I've never finished a single Zelda game.
Hey, we were so young back then.
I know.
We were like 10 or so. Like,
I still want to pick up bloody Breath of the Wild
and Tears of the Kingdom.
I still want to pick those up.
They're $79 each.
No, I just haven't done it. I should just do it.
Yep.
Can I?
Bruh.
Can I just
so expensive.
Klarna it? Can I just put on Klarna?
Yeah, you can, I think.
Oh no, I should just do that.
I think JB have Klarna. Or EB, JB, EB, whatever you go with. But
just do that, just Klarna it.
Don't buy it yet though. What? You got Black Friday soon.
True, but I don't reckon it'll drop down much. When's Black Friday? Where's their sales popping up?
Black Friday sales, end of the month. Like 20 something. JB have a sale. I have a big sale usually.
Yeah, so what date is the Black Friday?
That's what I'm waiting for the Barbie Steelbook as well.
24th of November.
So another fortnight. No, a bit less than a fortnight. It's like 12 days. No, it'd be 13 days because the 24th.
Black Friday deals.
24th US or ours?
It'd be ours.
No, it'd be our time. 24. Okay, so 12 more days.
Something like
that. That's crazy. It's a Friday. Yeah, Black Friday on a Friday. 12 days. Whatever. Not this Friday. The next one.
It's not bad though. That's
crazy. Yeah, so just hold off, man.
It's only a couple of days off.
That's what I'll be doing because I want that Barbie Steelbook, but if I can get it on Black Friday, I'll fucking grab it then. Same as Beetlejuice. I want that on 4K. But anything else you want to talk about, Des?
No, I think we need to. That's it for the week, and we can go enjoy the rest of our week following through. And we will be back.
Well, rest of the weekend as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, the rest. No, actually, Sunday is the first day of the week.
So yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Sunday is the first day of the week, though.
It is. It's the end of the pay week, but start of the actual week. It's so weird.
Yeah. The working week's Monday to Friday, the weekend Saturday, Sunday, but the real week starts on a Sunday.
Yeah. But anyway.
Who makes all these rules, man? How's that? Not an episode where you're just like, because they're still fucking.
And I'm not really fucking pissed either.
You would have been last night.
So fucking dry. I got bored. Everyone went to fucking bed early, eh? That's what I jumped on. I was like, what the fuck? I could just do the podcast now because I was like, oh no, I won't be able to do it. We're gonna go to bed. Oh, I won't be on bed. Like, fuck, I'll be up all night drinking and fucking having a fire and shit. And fucking everyone went to bed at like 8:30. I was sitting out there with the other neighbour because they came back late and like, oh yeah, I'll stay with you. And then they fucking pissed off and I was like, oh, messaging Martha going, oh, betray me because I went to go get some more fucking stuff for the fire. I turned back and they're gone. I was like, rude.
So they were waiting until you did something, and then they just like,
yeah.
Wow.
I was like, rude.
I wouldn't be doing that. Jeez.
I was like, fucking
hell. But
anyway.
What a fucking way to end that fucking night then. Jesus.
So I stayed up and I was fucking up all night.
Right.
But anyway, fucking, that's it.
Thank you, Beardies, Beardettes, for joining us. Episode 45. Fuck, 45.
Yep, getting close to that next season.
As always, we appreciate you for watching, listening, as always. And we've been Dale and Jim. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Oh no, chicken wings.
I was trying not to laugh at it. I was just like, no, bro.
Oh, my neck hurts. Fucking hell.
Chicken wing, chicken wing. It's fucking 6 p.m. right now.